What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Time to get started. Whoa. Here we go. Glad you guys could join us. We're gonna do a little bit of painting. I'm just gonna kind of keep this off to its own because it's kind of loud in my ear, but maybe you guys can hear a little bit of it. Section. And we're just going to pick up exactly where we were last night. Tonight we're playing a little bit of the Shadows of Brimstone theme. Hey, what's up? Blade Wolf, welcome to the feed. Let me know if you can hear the Shadows of Brimstone music playing. If not, I can turn it up a little bit. It's just kind of loud in my ear. I don't even know. Hold on. Let's see how it sounds here. Oh, it's super loud. Super loud there. I'm going to turn this way down. How's that? Better? Still loud. Whoa. It's still really loud. That's a lot of Shadows of Brimstone, man. That's a lot of Shadows of Brimstone. Okay, I think I got it. Hey, what's up, Congo? Cool. Now I can't hear it on my own. That's better. Uh-oh. It's the dreaded... Okay. Uh-oh. We're at the super high PC thing again. Am I jumping? I'm not too bad. It's a little chop. It's a little bit of a chop there. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and paint. If it becomes too much of a problem, you know what I do, I just turn this shit off. Okay. Okay, so last night we were painting this young lady here. was looking actually pretty good. We're just gonna work on detail and stuff tonight. Nothing too serious. We're just gonna, you know, break out the paints, paint for fun. Do you guys have any questions or comments? Obviously, I'm always down to answer those. You know, the main question for me is going to be, do I want the little embroidery to be white or gold? Yeah, you're trying to find the right, and I'm also trying to find the right balance for me. So you guys can tell me, like, you know, music up, music down. You know, you can say octave up, octave down, doesn't matter. You finished painting your Scarecrow team. Awesome. So when are you gonna break those out, man, so we can get in the game? Be pretty sweet. Would be pretty sweet, man. This heavy gold brown really does look like gold. Pretty awesome. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try the embroidery in white first, because going gold over white is way easier than going white over gold. So we'll try that first. And if it works, fantastic. If not, we try another color. Shouldn't this particular figure have Westworld soundtrack? Yes, but we'll get copyright dinged for that. I don't know, we might even get copyright dinged for this. I don't know anymore. I don't know the rules anymore. All I gotta say though is I was pleasantly surprised by how cool this miniature was. I just did not think she was that cool when I first put her together. I was like, whatever. She looked kind of like generic heroin. Not heroin the drug, just heroin. Now here's an interesting thing. She's got embroidery here on her boobies, but it's so fine, I don't really know how I am to pick it out properly. I don't know if it's gonna look okay. So I'm gonna go as light as possible, just try to pick it up. And then we'll shade it. That's all we can really do here. But she has little... She got like little fine embroidery on her boobies. So I'm just doing a really, really light overbrush. See if I can get it correctly. Funny, I'm painting Golden Army now. Hey, what's up, Dante Nickens? You have to let Wild West Exodus soak into your bones. All the banditos and vaqueros. So once again, welcome to the feed. Let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. I know you guys are already kind of letting me know. This detail is so fine. It's hard to just get it precise, you know? So what you have to do is kind of pick it out with some overbrushing. Oops. Like that. And then we'll wash it. You looked at Wild West Exodus. Me too. Perhaps the biggest turnoff for Wild West Exodus for me was the minute they said 6x4 table. I was out. It's weird, but that's a massive turnoff for me, is having to play a game on a 6x4 table. Played it since first edition alpha rules, working with War Cradle on their second edition. Oh, it's not 6x4 anymore. Yeah, shit moves fast. I get that, but I mean shit moves fast in Relic Knights too, and that plays on a 3x3. Also, a 6x4 kind of scares me with the number of models. It's like, okay, how many models are you playing on a 6x4? Because there's no good answer there. You know what I mean? Either you're playing 40 plus models per side, and you're like, I don't really want to play a full-scale war game. Or, you know, maybe you are playing a skirmish, modern skirmish style game of like, say, 12 or fewer minis, and you're like, well, why do I need such a big play area? See what I'm saying? They can't win, man. They can't win. Sorry, WWX. I do like these. I do like at least some of these minis, though. This mini in particular, I like. Okay, so now the interesting part is I have to wash this, and I'm gonna wash with I'm gonna make my own wash, and I want to use a specific blue to do this. I'm gonna mix this magic blue with glaze medium and wash medium, so that it should leave it really thin, really kind of liquidy. Plus, he doesn't want to play a female Frankenstein monster with beauty complexes. I don't know. There's definitely miniatures I like in the game. But it's still gonna, I'll be honest with you, it's still gonna take a little more convincing to get me into yet another system. I may be capped, at least for now. Okay, now where is my lovely flow improver? Gotta have your lovely flow improver. A little shocking that it's not here. Usually have lots of bottles of it, because I don't There it is. I don't like going without Flow Improver. Oh, trust me, I could convince you. Silver Tongue Prince of Miniatures. I think that the title originally came from Dan Weber, who called me the Silver Tongue Freak of Miniatures. Or did he say Prince? I forget. This may not be dark enough, but let's see. Appears to be dark. I don't want it to be too opaque, though. No Prince. I always wanted to be the Prince of all Saiyans, but hey, we can't all be that. So this sort of magic blue wash should be pretty nice. If I do it right. It's still gonna need to come back in, it looks like, and pick off some of the finer details. You may be close to capped on miniature games now that Eden is here. Did your Eden stuff come in? Is that what you're saying? I'm gonna reinforce this blue here. I cannot get this to stay on there. There we go. Maybe I'm just too... Maybe I just gripped the Mini too tightly or something. So we're planning for a relatively quiet evening, a little Tuesday evening for us to just be doing a little painting. It's really nice to be able to work on one miniature. I need to follow myself up. You know, I just get... I do happen to love this color palette. You know, these really sky blue colors with the gold. I'm a fan. You guys have any plans for the Thanksgiving holiday? Mine is pretty straightforward. We're gonna stay here. My wife is gonna cook a meal. I thought I was gonna contribute to that meal, but we'll see. We should probably make the the Filipino side of the dishes, the fried rice and the pancit and all that kind of stuff. Should probably do that. Doing like the finest little bit of overbrush. I don't know. It looks wrong with the details picked out. It does not look correct. I think I need to make it even, I think I just need to kind of wash the whole thing. And I know that that's wrong. That's not really how she's designed, but to pick her out properly, it looks like the detail is so fine that it just looks like I just screwed up. Pretty good. Now let's go ahead and shade down some of the gold. We're gonna use a Seraphim Sepia. This will give that gold more of a burnished look to it. You just don't want to. You got to be careful not to get it into the adjacent things. Actually, it doesn't look dark enough. I think we're gonna go with Agrax.
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good.
Oh, I love this song. This reminds me of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh sisters, let's go down, come on down. Oh sisters, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the Roman crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh brothers, let's go down, come on brothers, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way,
So for you guys, anyone here that might be playing Wild West Exodus, do you prefer it over Malifaux? Why? You know, that's probably only maybe one person here that might be able to answer that. I understand that, but hell, might as well ask it, right?
Studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sinners, let's go down, come on down.
That's weird.
Oh, sinners, let's go down to the river to pray.
I just want the ink to kind of sit in the little wells like that.
Studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Good Lord, show me the way.
So we may be finishing her up fairly quickly here, in which case we'll start up another model. Start painting that model. But I am having a lot of fun on this one. Hey, what's up, Albert? Welcome to the feed. We're going to work on the hair as well. And this one actually will get the Seraphim Sepia on the hair because it's just better for kind of a dirtier blonde haircut. And then we're going to come back and highlight all of this stuff. I know I asked this last night, but are there any like massive Westworld fans here? I'm definitely a fan of this show. I really liked it when it started. And then at the end there, I won't try to spoil it, but oh, Eden comes in tomorrow. Nice. I will just say this for the people watching that are watching Westworld. I'm a fan, not massive, but I liked it, okay. But let me ask you this. Were you not hype when they showed Samurai World? They started to show some Samurai World, and I'm like, why are we watching Westworld? Why aren't we watching Samurai World? I agree. That was pretty damn cool. Okay, so now I'm working on, we're gonna do a little bit more highlights on the pantyhose. Just to remind ourselves that those are pantyhose. It's about as thin and liquidy as you can ask for. So I'm down with that. I'm just kind of giving that extra stretchy bit to the pantyhose right there. Another layer of dark wash on the really weird pistol. Alright, so I've got all these glazes down right now, and I have to kind of let them dry. But that is super fine detail, man. While Scarecrow and friends are chillin', bring Fear back to Gotham and find more components for his gas.
I'm traveling through, yet there's no sickness, toil, nor danger in that bright land to which I go.
What are you guys thinking about this Shadows of Brimstone soundtrack?
I'm going there, no more to roam.
I am digging it, man.
Going over Jordan. I'm just
You know, I backed a guy
going
a couple years. I backed a
I know dark clouds
Kickstarter for a local guy
will gather
who is he's like a composer,
my way.
and he was making custom tracks for your RPG sessions or your games or whatever.
Just before me,
And
where God's
he made me a special track that was just a unique track, right? And I had it on my other computer, but I'm gonna have to find it again. It's pretty cool.
I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home.
I thought you were listening to Westworld because you brought it up. No, this is the soundtrack for Shadows of Brimstone.
I want to wear a crown of glory when I get home.
Let me get a
to that good land.
quick drink here.
I want to
Refresh my thirst.
shout salvation story in concert with
But yeah, pleasantly surprised
the blood-washed
by how much I'm enjoying painting this
going there.
Wild West Exodus mini.
Meet my Savior to sing His praise forevermore. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm
Alright.
just going.
So now we're gonna go ahead and start highlighting the fake gold. And there is a specific yellow I use for this, and let's see if I can find it. could use that yellow. But there's a specific one that I use. And I think that's it. Yes. So I use this golden yellow from Model Color. I always wanted a Wild West miniature game, and I think that's why my eye went to Wild West Exodus, because it's Western steampunk. I feel like, yeah, Wild West Exodus got a lot of attention because of, you know, it came out right around the same time as M2E, and a lot of people were looking for alternatives to M2E. And for a while there, I thought it was actually going to be able to steal some reasonable market share from M2E. And, you know, it ended up not really doing that. But I don't know that that's particularly bad, or that's the fault of the game designers. It's hard to say. So painting Wild West minis like a boss. I'm sculpting because I'm cacti at the moment. Cool. On a superhero game, kind of along the veins of My Hero Academia, wacky powers and flashy costumes. Dude, I would love that. We desperately need more anime-themed miniature games. You know, I keep looking to Relic Knights as sort of the answer to all of our prayers. Those of us who love anime and those of us who love miniature games. Because it's like, why can't we have both? Why can't we have both of those things in a single game that we really enjoy? And the fact of the matter is you can, but it becomes really interesting from a, you know, company marketing perspective as far as how they try to position that game and, you know, who they go after. Because Relic Knights came out and the Wargamers hated it. The Wargamers did not like what Relic Knights. And the reason why they didn't like Relic Knights is because it was not a killing game. It was, you know, it came out around the time that, you know, people just started to make skirmish games. And the only real thing they could do with skirmish games is try to get these, you know, set up these systems where whoever is removing the most number of enemy models is the person winning the game. But that's a really, really flat, boring objective. And, you know, you had games like Warma Hordes, which were, you know, they have scenarios and all that stuff, don't get me wrong, but they also, you know, they also have caster kill. And so you have a fairly big section of players that play for caster kill. And Malifaux, the original game, had a lot of different you know, strategies and schemes and that kind of stuff, and so does MTV. But still, you know, the major reward there is getting models off the board, getting your opponent's models off the board. I kind of looked at High Dark Lord. Oh, you looked at Pulp City. Yeah. I've had people turn down Batman when they're by saying that, oh yeah, no, I have Pulp City, and that itches my scratch for superhero type game. And I was like, really? Compared to just playing the actual superheroes that you like? But what do I know? At the end of the soundtrack? let's just go without a soundtrack for a little bit. Actually, let's do that soundtrack one more time. Well, it kind of itches their superhero feel because it's kind of in between comics and anime. Okay. I think if you really want the anime crowd to join into a miniatures game, I think you have to present painting the miniatures as something similar to working on garage kits, you know? And if the anime fans can kind of see it that way, then they may be more prone to accepting, you know, sort of taking on a miniatures game and then playing it with a card mechanic and playing with people socially. You know, this whole idea, there are people that love doing building gunpla and painting garage kits and that kind of stuff. And, you know, with Relic Knights going to resin, you know, hey, that's something a lot of the kit bashers are down with. And maybe they just buy the kits to paint them. Who knows? And maybe they buy the kits to paint them, and then it's explained to them, hey, this is a game, and you should actually probably try it. Because why not? You've already bought the pieces. You might as well try the game. That's typically how you get a lot of the painters on the miniature hobby side to start gaming, is you explain to them, like, you have a game. That's even how I got introduced to it. Is I was painting a bunch of Citadel minis, and every couple of days or so, my brother would bring me more minis to paint, and I would paint another set of minis, and I'd paint another set of minis, and then finally after a few weeks he was like, this is a game and let's play it. And we already had painted armies. It's pretty crazy. I know this was so long ago, some of you weren't even alive when we did this, but that's literally what our first game was like, was, oh, this is actually a game. And we played our first game with all painted armies. It just seems kind of crazy. Problem is the social portion. I know a lot of people that I want to blast your ass, that are the I want to blast your ass, versus, hey, let's get thematically game the thing. I think I understand what you're saying there. Kind of got jumbled up a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and put the black down on this mini. And no, I'm not talking about Blade Wolf specifically. basically the power boys versus the fun boys. So sexist, man. What about the gamer grills? It is kind of cool that there are a fair share of the ladies that like to play stuff like Malifaux and Relic Knights. I would say those two games, change boys to people, I love you all. I would say those two games are actually probably the most, have, you know, the higher amounts of the female players. And I know that ultimately it shouldn't matter, but it's just kind of a nice thing to note that they like that aesthetic, especially you know, like the gothic aesthetic of Malifaux. And then for Relic Knights, you just have a lot of, like, you know, female fans of anime. They can come too. I know some gamer ladies that would destroy a man back to a boy. Yeah, me too. Do you know Josie? What's her name? Josie, I forget her last name. I've done my share of gaming with her, and she's pretty hardcore. You know, we got her into Relic Knights a couple of maybe 2 or 3 Kingdom Cons ago, and she went way into it. And I know she kind of got busy with work and all that kind of stuff, but I gave her a heads up. I said, hey, we're gonna drag you back into 2.0, and she was down. Took a quick look-see at Pulp City Heroes, and not quite there with the wacky powers and flashy get-up for me. I love your idea of the My Hero Academia, though. You know, an anime-themed. I really think they should come up with a Takahashi University miniatures game. I think they will eventually. And I think it's the weird thing about it, though, is I think what they're going to end up doing is they're going to have one of the first miniature games where the object really isn't to kill the other player. I think that would be an interesting, really interesting mechanic. You don't kill the other miniatures. You're not removing them from the board. You might be incapacitating them, or just, you know, making them play ineffective, but you're not killing them. Alright. We're gonna let this dry for a minute. I need to take a quick break, so I'm gonna mute us for a minute while I go freshen up a little bit, and I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Talk amongst yourselves. You know, we can start talking about like cool like concepts for miniature games. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, I'm back, folks. Take a quick... Okay. So no new comments or anything while I was gone. So here she is. I don't know, I mean... I do think she's fun. I do think she's fun. Let's paint another one. What do you say? We got time. We only got about an hour or so, but let's do it. Let's at least get started on another one. And you guys can help. You guys can help decide. Ooh. I'm gonna put her over here for now. Get her off the table. Uh-oh. I do hope my hero gets a board game or something. For sure, man. Okay. Ooh. I can see the chop. You still got a bunch of chop, huh? That sucks. Okay. Let's pause that for a minute. There we go. It's just the player, no? Still pretty choppy. Yeah. Still fairly choppy. Yeah. What's with the high CPU? What am I... Okay. Well. Wish that was a little more lightweight, that media player. Let's turn it off for now. See if that helps. Still running pretty high. There it goes. Dropped now. Dropped a little bit. Okay, so here let's decide, guys. Here are the other two miniatures that I'm looking at painting for Wild West Exodus. Actually, there's three. You know, could paint this guy, B-Boy Wolf guy, or I could paint one of these two. I think this chick is kind of rad. The female Indian Scout, and then you have this one who's, I guess if anything, she's either the female lawman or the female marshal. So what do you think, marshal or Indian tracker? You guys can decide that. I'm gonna have a little bit more to drink. And we'll talk a little bit about, you know, what I see as some of the future of the miniature skirmish gaming scene. At least is kind of my thoughts there. They're like fuzzy down there, and then they're good up here. Whoa! Which one? Tracker? Marshall? Don't all speak up at once. The Marshall, huh? Okay. Uh-oh. We got battles. Spaz wants the tracker. Well, we can debate a little bit more. I'm gonna I'm gonna pin them both to their bases. Maybe Marshall. Okay, so we have 2 for Marshall, 1 for the tracker. Ooh. I just about stabbed myself with that. Okay. Marshall, tracker. Alright, now let's pick their bases here. Then Marshall could go down something like that. Right? This is a fairly cool outfit. Man, where's the love for the tracker? I do like the tracker. Tracker is kind of my choice. Like, if you guys leave it to me, this is where I wanna, the one I wanna paint. Am I still chopping up? Doesn't look like it. Looks like I'm a lot better now. Yeah, my CPU went way down. So that's good. Oops. Pushed too hard on the pin there. Kind of went through her foot. Alright, how you doing, Spaz? Welcome to the feed. You doing any painting tonight? Or just here to come check it out? Alright. Don't get me too bored, guys. I'll put the Weeaboo playlist back on. And you know how I do when the Weeaboo playlist is on. And we got nothing. Ah! Just trying to get that pin to sit all the way down like it should. And let's go ahead and put her down. Sorry I didn't hear at all what you said. You're at work. I was just asking, I guess you're not working on anything if you're at work. But anyways, I appreciate you tuning into the feed while you're at work. Sometimes I watch YouTube at work, or I leave it in my ear while I'm trying to get some work done. Live feeds are a little trickier because you never know, the presenter might actually call your name out and ask you a question. And I feel bad afterwards too, because it's like, that's happened to me. Somebody watching a feed or whatever, and you leave comments on the feed, and then the presenter turns around and goes, "Hey, so what are you doing right now?" And you're like, there were like 2 or 3 times I was asked a question directly, and I could not get back to them because I was working or popping in and out of the stream or whatever. All right, so let's take a good, honest look at these 2 minis. The Marshall is cool. Man, it's a tough call. But we got 2 people. 2 people said Marshall, so I guess we're gonna work on the Marshall. She looks okay. Yeah, let's do it. So we get her primed up. See, we go. I listen to the viewers. Bum, bum, bum. You know, is it gonna piss you guys off if I put the Weeaboo music on? Just a little bit. I just put a little bit of Weeaboo. Just not too bad. Maybe there's something good here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. No, I got... What is documentary film and... that can't be very good. What's on this? It's like the same as last night. What's this? No, I don't like that one. What's this? Oh, this one's called copyright infringement if I play that one. Alright, yeah, I guess we are stuck with where we were. Yeah, that's... So what do you think about Grandma for Farmers? I didn't look at that. The one that you sent me, I just could not... I couldn't really get at that image. I saw it, but I didn't really have much chance to really do anything there. Okay, here we go. Let's try it. Okay, we'll just leave it on, be real quiet. And we'll get started on this model. The female Marshall. Thought I'd lick the clog here. But no, I did not. The Black Friend sale is dangerous, man. I think you mean Black Friday. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about the Black Friend sale on YouTube. I may get banned forever. Oh my god. I think that's the worst thing I've ever said. Ever. I do apologize. Sort of. But it is... Yeah, I know it's autocorrect. I gotta be quiet. Oh, man. Oh, that didn't even... Oh, who cares? Oh, man. What is going on with this stupid thing? I'm just gonna pull the needle back. If you're just joining us, welcome to the feed. Let us know what you're painting, what you should be painting. We're just working on some Wild West Exodus minis. You know, mainly for Shadows of Brimstone. And I put it up to a vote what the next mini I'd work on is, and the people that spoke up picked the Marshal, the female Marshal, so. Howdy partners, what's up Cheddar Monkey? I should be painting Calico Kate, yeah. Should be painting Calico Kate. Okay. So far so good. Man, I am gonna need a new airbrush here. Toot sweet. Cause this is really, all this clogging is really starting to get old. This airbrush has been around for some time though. Like I really did kind of abuse the shit out of it. Alright. Alright. And while we're doing that, what do you guys think about electronic integration with miniature games? I mean, I know we've seen it attempted before, and it's still, you know, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I don't think we're there yet. But I do see that as an inevitable thing. Yeah, it's just not working. Okay. I got a new plan. I know what we're doing. Makes it easier to update the rules, for sure. But, you know, I was thinking about, like, what is the ideal, if I were to put myself, say, 3 to 5 years in the future, right? What would my ideal miniatures game look like? And I kind of came up with this concept, where it's like, you know, you walk around with a tiny little case, you know, a case about maybe the size of, say, a CD case, but, you know, we'll say 2 to 3 times thicker than your average CD case. So you start there, and in that case you have, you know, somewhere between 4 and 6 of your prized pieces. And those prized pieces, they may come loose. You know, they may just be, they might be on a base, but they're not attached to their actual play base. Okay? So you have these, you have this like fancy little case that you walk around with. And again, it's about the size of a CD case. And you show up to wherever you're going to game, which should be just about anywhere. And you may have a mat, like a neoprene mat, or even like a vinyl mat on one of these things. And you throw the mat down, and you can put also like neoprene bits of terrain down. And then when you break your pieces out, like you pull your pieces out and you stick them on top of these other bases. You know, you might stick them on top of a base, like if you imagine that's my miniature, right? Hold on. Imagine that's my miniature, right? And then, you know, when it's time to play, you put the miniature down on another base, and that base has its own the base has its own internal memory. Okay, and so that base would essentially tracks all the stats and experience, and you know, does all the maintenance for your character, for the character that is placed on top of it. And basically, you know, as you're playing your miniature game, whenever the model has to fight or move or anything, it will display the correct stat for you on the wider base. And it will track things like, you know, how many times the model has hit in the game, how much damage it's done, and it also has, you know, it also has all the built-in updated stats. You want gaming to eventually be like Gundam Build Fighters. Why not, man? I don't see a problem with that. But that's kind of what I was thinking too, is that miniature gaming can be this really hyper portable experience, and the stats can actually be tracked, and successes and all that kind of stuff, and health can all be tracked on an electronic base. You know, basically a microcomputer for each piece. You know, then the games would work a lot cleaner. They would the computation and all that kind of stuff would be a lot faster. You know, potential downside there though is, you know, I can tell you that the more we calculate things for society, the dumber they become. So there's that to deal with. But yeah, that is those are my thoughts, though. Like, it would be a much more automated experience. It would use a very small amount of miniatures. They might be, you would likely have the option of getting them pre-painted, which would be a very popular option, or you can paint them yourself. And there would still be some hobbyists and stuff, some diehards that want to continue to paint their own minis even after, you know, it becomes widespread. You know, the use of these types of minis becomes more widespread. Let's see. Over in Japan, they made Yu-Gi-Oh! Like how it is in the cartoons. And the holograms, it looks so awesome. Every time a companion app gets released for a game, you get tired of those old farts going, my player integrity. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try it. There, it does work. It's just so grainy, though. Should be like Build Fighters. The more time you put in your model, the model stays wise. Yeah, for sure. I think that would be cool. Like you know, your team, the team that you play ranks up. You know, the more players you face off against, the more experience they gain. You know, kind of encourage people to play a wide variety of people, and then, you know, it also keeps the tracks of stats for them. That was a neat show. I don't know, I was just reading Cheddar Monkey's comment. I actually had nothing to add there. Alright, so now I need a much lighter color. It's not bad. Let's do that. So I'm thinking for this female marshal that I might paint her more of like a standard, like a cop blue. She kind of reminds me of the RoboCop's partner. You know how RoboCop's partner was that redhead who had all the like curly hair? That's what she reminds me of. But yeah, I can do like blue jacket with like, I don't know, maybe brown leather armor. Also like Grimgar if Ash in Fantasy. But old farts always trashing on the apps. I mean, they have printout in like Pocket on my case, but companion apps make far less clutter. The naysayers will reach any... I agree. I love companion apps for miniature games. The table looks a lot nicer. There's less sort of busy work for you if you can track it all on the app. It makes my least favorite part of miniature gaming building list building somewhat tolerable. Still hate list building. Okay. So I'm trying to think, what should the basic color scheme of this model be? I could do brown and blue. It's kind of where I'm leaning. Or black and blue. Black and blue might look a little too modern. It's my fear there. I'm gonna loosen the ferrule just a little bit. Let's see how that goes. Seems like I got good air moving through my system here. But liquid's a challenge. Alright, so now, yeah, I think we are going to do blue and like brown. I'm going to do brown coat though. Purple and brown go good together because they have redness in both. Huh. I want like a dark blue-gray. That's a metallic dark blue. It's not a bad blue. Let's just thin that. That might be too dark a blue. In fact, that is too dark a blue. Let's do this. This is a really cool dark blue gray denim. No, we're gonna do dark blue, kind of like the armored parts of her body. And then the jacket and some of the other bits will be kind of a lighter brown. I need a little more music here. It's better. She has like cybernetics in her legs. But see, that's definitely going to give her like the martial, like the lawman look. Give her a black leather jacket and white shoulder pads. I don't know. Trying to envision that in my head. I think that would be cool. I think my concern there is it might leave her a little too sci-fi for my taste. So now we're gonna do I want to do 2 more blues on her. Like a magic blue. Because I freaking love magic blue. I can do either magic blue or I can do that Andrea blue that I also really, really love. Oh, Andrea blue is really cool. I could do like that crazy light sea blue. That might be kind of rad. Go full popo. So again, with the airbrush, we always go higher than we intend and then shade down. At least that's how I do it. I'm not saying that it's right, but ooh, that's nice. Nice, like, electric blue. She has, like, a full-blown, like, enhanced exoskeleton. Alright. Knowing me, I do something derpy, like try to paint them as the cast of Sliders, but my painting is lame. They'd come out looking like the odd melted demon creatures. I don't know. Painting can't be that bad, right? You watch a bunch of feeds between the 2 or 3 feeds I know you watch. Gotta have improved somewhat, right? Just use this feed as the as your shit posting feed. All right, so now let's do. And I'll show you what the jacket is gonna look like. Black leather. Can we try my light color first before we do the black leather? I just feel like black leather would be too, a little too Judge Dredd for what I'm going for. Okay, there we go. This is way too light. Oh well. Like I said, we can always shade it down. I am the law. This jacket is almost like Attack on Titan Jaeger color. Jaeger! Then I'd have to do white pants and... Doesn't it look like Jaeger jacket? Jaeger! You like how manic that freaking Attack on Titan Season 1 song? Don't like a little too light. Don't like AOT that much at part 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. Yeah, I'm going for a little bit darker than that, but that's okay. Like I said, with airbrushing, you go lighter than you're supposed to go, and then shade down. At least that's how I do it. May not be right, but whatever. That's how I do it. She does have an annoying, like, mold line right all the way across the top of her head. Every time I hear the Titanfall song, I come to party, who brought the Jaeger? Ooh, Jaeger. That's a young man's drink. I don't touch stuff like that no more. I'm willing to bet that's actually, see how weird that color looks? That's gonna look good as a red hair color. I forgot the name of RoboCop's partner, but Nancy, right? It was Nancy. RoboCop. It's my shitty RoboCop impression. Drop it. Drop it. Yeah, it's a decent base for red hair. She's a ginger. How you find a drunk white guy at the bar? I look for the guy yelling Jaeger. I had a different kind of joke, and you white people can get super offended by it. Ready? Here goes. How do you find the drunk white guy at the bar? You go to the bar. Get it? I'm just kidding. Oh, that was a terrible joke. Look at how much weirder that color comes out. It's coming out of the oh, wait. Beast War Justin said minis were beautiful today. They're beautiful. I really think these models are beautiful. Oh man, I love Justin. I'm telling you, Beast of War is not worth watching unless you have Justin on there, and or Carlos from Corvus Belly. Oops. Got the red hair. Got a little overspray there on the arm. Trying to get a little too intense with this color blocking. Alright. It was an interview with Carlos. Carlos is here from Corvus Belly. He's going to tell us about Aristea. Is that what he said? With Carlos here from Corvus Belly. Corvus Belly. Spot on, just an impression. You know what? Let's do the actual brown for the jacket. Let's just do an actual good brown for the jacket. See what we get. Justin from Beasts of War. There we go. That's more the color I was looking for anyway. We're talking about Justin from Beasts of War. Okay, it's not that funny to most people. I think it's fucking hysterical because I love Justin. Do you guys have any other like gaming commentators that you follow or really like? I'm curious. I'd like to know. Spraying a belt with an airbrush? Not the wisest thing. Do I do it? Yes. How many fucks do I have to give to spray that? Guess. Yeah, that's what you call ultimate lazy. Look at that beast of war Justin right there. That's what I was looking for. Ashen Cooler, Uncle Adam, though he jumps the gun with predictions sometimes, and a few smaller channels like Once Bitten. If you painted all the blue stuff yellow, that would make her Marshall April O'Neil. That would be kind of cool. That's the thing. I watch gaming commentary, but it's hard to say which ones I really like. I mean, it's easy with regards to gaming commentary. It would be very easy for me to pick out ones I don't like. As far as ones I like, I don't know. That's harder. All right. So now we just go in and we're just gonna hit teeny tiny little bits of white. Are you guys familiar with this technique? It's called the still no fucks given technique. Gotta watch how the white powders. You don't want to get too much of that on the Mini. Ash is probably my favorite out of other channels I watch. Really animated guy. Mini Wargaming, Play It Painted, Dizzy, Engineer Jeff, Uncle Adam, Spiky Bit, Sarastro, Ego Queen Alexis. Some of those I've never watched. Oh, I've seen Sarastro. I really like his painting stuff. I don't know. I think you have painters in there and you have gamers. So I think that's more of like your list of like your favorite like miniature gaming channels. Is that safe to say, Cheddar Monkey? And thank you for including me in that list. It's really cool, actually. So again, I've over highlighted. This is like the Brush Warrior style, where you over highlight and then you just bring that shit back in later. Hey, welcome buddy, I think you're cool. Thanks man. I like this channel, but I'm sure for me and Greenleaf Train Adam, this is a shit lost channel. Oh, shitpost channel. This is a shitpost channel. I do like Ash quite a bit. He's like one of my idols on YouTube because I like his whole delivery. I love that he can. The guy does Anima Tactics battle reports. Like, Jeebus. It's sad. I used to be the biggest fan of Anima Tactics, and basically Ash has more Anima Tactics battle reports on his channel than I do on mine. That's sad. All right, I'm gonna switch the parchment paper on my wet palette because it's this one's kind of at the end of its life cycle. You have Anima Tactics minis? I love Anima Tactics minis. They're some of my favorite minis of all time. Anima Tactics. And I have a ton of them. I have a whole box of Anima Tactics minis that I haven't cracked yet. I'm just kind of saving for, you know, like if I didn't have these Wild West Exodus minis, I'd probably be painting Anima Tactics minis right now because those are like my go-to metal models that I would paint for fun. Would be Anima Tactics. Having to work on laundry. No worries, man. We're just doing our thing. It's a Tuesday. So I'm going to have to consult with my financial advisor, aka my wallet. But I am very, very interested in picking up the other core set for Shadows of Brimstone. Addy's Games has it in San Diego, and I have a 15% off coupon to go to Addy's Games, and so I'm a little more than half tempted to head down there tomorrow and just pick it up and just be happy with my life. You know what I mean? Samurai? Albert, did you ever send me that link for the late pledge Kickstarter? I really woo. Saki's kind of gone south, man. Oh, you did? Okay. Let me go check this out. Hold on. May have to do a little checking here. Ah, here we go. Forbidden Fortress. 120, $350 to get the whole thing, the whole shebang-a-bang. $125. But that would come with all that extra shit, right? Let's see what this... Okay. Shadows Brimstone, okay. It doesn't really say here what you get with it. I don't know. Thank you, though. I don't know. I get scared. I know I'm going to regret it because I love the game. one's buying those up. You say Shadows of Brimstone, and it reminded me I forgot to add Rob Oren to the list. I think I'm subscribed to that guy. Alright, anyway. But let's see, who else was I missing on your list? Oh, wait a minute. I need to answer some more things. Congo said, I have Maria, the ninja leader, a shinobi, and a church agent. Don't know if that makes the list. No, you have, well, if the church agent could be evil alignment, then yes, you do have a list there, but otherwise you don't. We have almost a list there with the ninja leader, a shinobi, and Maria. Because you can put those together in an evil list, but you can't add that church agent. They can all go evil. Really? I guess I forget that church agents can actually be evil. In which case you do have a list there. Alright. Whoop, 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 whoop. Here we go. So, again, with the skin, we're doing the move paint. There we go. We're doing the airbrush thinner with flow improver. That just covered so nicely, just bam. Is it me, or do her little goggles... Well, they look triangular, but you could almost paint them like heart-shaped for some reason. Anyway. Alright, so let's do a little bit of blue ink. And we'll mix that with just a hair of glaze medium. I believe it's because church agents are neutral. Oh yeah, if church agents are neutral, then I believe you can do that. The only restriction, as I see it, is that you're only typically allowed an agent every 150 levels or so. And you have 2 agents in that list, so I don't know if you're gonna hit... I don't know if you're like lawfully hitting 300 levels with those models. I know that Maria is pretty expensive. The Shinobi guy, the Shinobi leader, he's a Wanderer leader. I don't know that he's necessarily that expensive. Oh, it's just one agent. Okay. No, Shinobi's is an agent. But that leader has a special rule that allows him to take additional shinobi. So you may be okay there. Used to watch Partridge Family reruns, so hearing about David Cassidy passing away was sad. That's a bummer. I wasn't aware that David Cassidy had passed. Kagemaru allows an extra shinobi regardless of limits. That's what I was referring to. Kagemaru. I have that miniature as well. Crew is 155. Yeah, so you could play in small games of Anima Tactics. Alright, next, skin color. Maria is only 60 points? I thought they adjusted her. I thought she was like 65 or 70 levels now. Absolutely love that Maria miniature. Maybe my favorite miniature of all time. I was gonna paint one this Halloween season, in fact, when we were talking about like what are our favorite miniatures, and I was like, I'm gonna have to say Maria from Anima Tactics, one of my favorite all-time miniatures, and I kept one just in case. I just sort of lost the desire to paint her this season. I will definitely paint her, but I don't know. It's like I have to be in a very special mood to break out a miniature like that nice and paint it up. And I thought I was there. I thought it felt that way, and nah. I just love how that flows, man. Love how it flows, man. And I'm talking about the diluting your skin tones with airbrush thinner and flow improver. It is quite nice. And I think all these, like, the leather bits will highlight with, or we'll wash with an Agrax Earthshade. Yeah, Kagemaru, 60 points if he's leader. I scrounge eBay and Noble Knight occasionally to try to find Anima minis I want to paint. I freaking love Anima minis. I love Anima minis. Looks like we are just about there at the end of our normal time here. But I'm getting pretty close, so I'm going to push on for a little bit longer. If you guys choose to stick around, great. If not, I'll catch you on the next one. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But if you're staying on, stay on, man. We're just going to keep painting. Okay. Let's do a little bit of even the cop is gonna have a little bit of lipstick, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. I don't know, I just always do lips on my female minis. It just always seems appropriate. There we go. There's some guys on eBay I might get. Cool, what are you thinking about getting? I need a little more carmine red. $2:30 in the morning. I'm in the woods and have a hankering for tacos. I do like tacos. You want a nice body, but you also want tacos? Woo. Gave up on the nice body thing since '97. Well, I'm hanging on for dear life, man. not not really the nice body, but like to have a reasonably fit body, just try to maintain, like not slide back any further. I call it rocking my dad bod. This bottle was not quite as cool as the as Dolores. In case you missed it, Octave, Dark Faction Starter, and High Arbiter. Okay. Are you running that? Okay, you might get that. Okay. Got it. Sorry. Trying to keep up with your comments and do a little painting here. The Arbiters are pretty strong if you're playing Azure Alliance. They make their list so much stronger. What color should these bands be? Should they be gold also? Not just Azure, not Azure just Dark, but I could feel Azure since ninjas can go Azure. Brass? Okay. So I just paint them dark blue dark brown first. And I'll make a light faction with what you can find. The light starters used to be pretty easy to come by. And then you could even do stuff like, if you can get the Empire starter, almost all of those characters are light faction. They're in the starter there. That flow was a little too good. Just want an okay amount for light and dark since they're the catch-all factions. For sure. I have mostly, in my collection is mostly church. I have, I believe I ran a total gears list for Wizenshaft. What else? Yeah, I used to like playing church. I like Wizenshaft occasionally. It's coming along. It came in like a year before Cypher gave up Anima. I think that sounds about right for me too. And I joined the free agent program, which is the volunteer program for Cypher. And I got free agent number 88, which is freaking awesome if you ask me. So that's why, like, if you see like some of my email addresses and some of my call signs and stuff like that, it's always like free agent 88 these days. Okay. Let's give her hair a little more pop to it. Which is a viable IP for someone to pick up and relaunch. For sure, right? The problem isn't the IP. Well, the problem is the IP. The problem is Anima Studios refuses to support it. Like, they want to own all the rights to it. And they do. They own all the rights to the Anima franchise. The board games, the RPGs, you know, any of the media, the manga, all that kind of stuff. If they, I don't think they did manga, but you know what I mean. And so they could sue us and Cypher potentially for selling this stuff. But so what they want to do is they still want to be in control of it. They just don't want anyone to do anything with it. So it's like they just want the ship to sink. Because they don't trust, you know, the other volunteers and the people that have been keeping them afloat. She has this really cool, like, fleur-de-lis pattern on her. Kind of want to do that in white. Just do it in white. What do I do with my white? Where's the good white? that's a good wipe. Yeah, tired. Me too, man. You calling it? I'm just about there. I mean, this is basically done. Believe it or not, there's not a whole lot left to do here. So I might as well just finish this. I need that heavy gold brown. Where is the heavy gold brown? Where is the heavy gold brown? There it is. Ugh. Looking over stuff for Arena Rex. Oh, I found another Arena Rex miniature that I hadn't painted. Actually, I have one painted, but I found an extra copy of one, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Because it's really cool. I can show you, I actually have it out here. Oh man.
I see America drinking the fabulous cocktails I make. America, you're just devoted to every flavor I've got. But if you want to get loaded, America's getting stinking on something I stir or shake. It's sex on the beach.
Oh yeah, hold on one sec. Which one is it? Alright. Let me show ya. I forget her name. But she was from... I want to say she's from Brotherhood. This is her. And she has like the long pole here. And she's got a round shield and like a big, like heavy fur. I know that's all glare, I'm sorry. I forget which one that is. These paint up. This one painted up so damn fast, man. She painted quick. Gonna call it here. Letting you know if you get anything. Have a good night, man. I'm gonna just paint the black rim on this, and I'm gonna call it too. It is that time, people. The hell is that? See a Congo? Oops. So what do you guys think? Real simple paint job. Didn't do a whole lot of fancy on her. I guess I could, hold on. I could do a couple of quick details just to help it along a little bit. And I'm talking mainly about the straps here. You know, just kind of darken those in. I don't know if that necessarily helped. It breaks up the blue a little bit, and the prosthetics kind of highlights the prosthetics a bit. So I guess it kind of helped. Looks clean. Thanks, man. So there we go. There's two Wild West Exodus minis done. They're actually, my only disappointment here is that I actually accidentally kept them close to the same colors. Just to show you. Alright. So here's the one that we finished. She had, Dolores here had a lot more going on with her. She's freaking awesome. I love that mini. And then here's the Marshall that we picked. Right? So the only ones left to do are going to be the Native Americans. All right. So with that, I think we're gonna call it, guys. It's almost midnight here. I gotta get up and go to work tomorrow. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching. Have a good night, guys. And of course, we're gonna catch you on the next one.